Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy Grandmastaj J, and you saw the title, okay? You know what I'm gonna be teaching you, all right? I'm gonna be showing you how to use this move, okay? But of course, before we get into any of that, I just gotta let y'all know I stream at twitch.tv/GrandmastajJ. Go over there, give me a follow. You know what it is, you know what it do. Come say hi. I stream every like weekday or something. Also, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, as it truly helps out. Let's do this. So before I tell you how to do Nago's command grab, first I gotta tell you how effective it is. You see, when Nago knocks you down, right, he can then dash up and command grab. Now, what can your opponent do in response? Well, of course, one option is they can jump, right? Yeah, let's send it to jump. Let's see how that gets him. Oh no! Oh no! Kai got hit. What happened? Well, you see, I did set Kai to guard all, right? He's definitely guarding all, but you can, in fact, catch your opponent's jump frames, which means that they cannot block for the startup frames of them jumping. And yeah, basically. Well, you know, that's fine. As Kai, I'm just gonna wake up throw, right? Throw, surely that'll get me out of here, right? Oh no, what happened? What, Kai said to throw on wake up, right? Like he's still set to throw on wake up. So what's going on here? Why am I able to just scoop his lights out? Nago's command grab puts your opponent in what's known as a 50-50 situation. What is that? I'm glad you asked. You see this coin? Now imagine you knock your opponent down and you force them, hey, come on, bro, flip a coin. Did they guess right? Then great. They're still in a disadvantaged situation. Did they guess wrong? Well, they died. 50-50. Now, I explained basically the nuanced situation that this puts you in, but of course, like, the reason why you want to land these command grabs is because when you're at really high blood gauge, it drains it all the way down, which is a good thing, which is what you want. Another thing you may or may not know is that his command grab actually does more damage based on how much more blood you have. For example, 1 bar gives you 80, 2 bars gives you 90, and 3 bars gives you 100. Another little nuanced situation you may not know, I'm going to set him to DP, is that command grabs actually beat DPs. See? Look at this. Pretty cool, right? So now that you know how absurdly powerful Nago's command grab is, I will show you all of the many different ways that you can actually land this command grab, that you can put your opponent in situations where they're forced to guess. And there's actually a lot of them, so the first and most common, I actually went over this in a different video, is through his Rekka. His Rekka, of course, puts him forward and puts him in range to command grab your opponent. Now, one interesting note about this whole Rekka is that actually his command grab beats 6 frame normals, like all 6 frame normals and higher, the Rekka into command grab beats. Another bit more lesser known position is if you do 6K. 6K is another instance where you put yourself a bit forward and allows you to tick throw into command grab. Same thing, beat 6 frame normals. Really, really strong. Start using it. Now, while I'm going to say that all command grab points are a bit risky to go for, this is probably going to be the most risky of all, which is basically to just do a button and dash straight up into it. Now, the reason why this is risky is because dashing up actually loses to a lot more things than just your regular Rekka string does. You can actually lose to a lot more buttons if you go for this. So it's really not advised to do so unless you really, really condition your opponent. Now, the only instance where it really is viable is if you force your opponent to block something in the air. And even still, it's pretty risky to go for, unless you're, like, ballsy enough, because you kind of have to time it correctly. Like, this works. Yeah, see, it works, but you kind of have to time it correctly. It's a bit of a mess, and, maybe you don't really want to go through all that hassle. Now, the next most common instance is if you knock down your opponent and you grab them on wake up. Simple, clean. Beats command grabs, beats throws, beats, a couple other things. It's nice. And another more simple position where you would want to go for command grab is after Shadow Clone, right? Shadow Clone into Fukyo is actually plus on block, so you can scare your opponent and put them in a throw situation. Right, just like that. Now, here's the thing. If you knock down and dash right up on your opponent and grab them, that's kind of a very common position, so your opponent's a lot more likely to either want to press a button or jump out. Now, you can catch that by pressing far slash, by pressing close slash, but, of course, if you actually do that and you guess wrong, right, then you're kind of just here with your sword in your hand, you're looking kind of goofy, you're not really in range to command grab, so what can you do? Well, you already know I got you. Let Papa J explain to you what a tick throw is. A tick throw is essentially when you press a button into a throw. Now, as you can see, Nago, he's a big fat man, so he gets pushed back quite a lot. Apparently his shoes are like rollerblades or something. It's kind of difficult, you're not really in range. But because you're in rollerblades, you can actually do this. Fukio dashes you forward. There's a lot of momentum to it. As you can see, I'm drifting, right? I'm doing a lot of drifting, which keeps me in range to command grab my opponent. Now you're starting to see where I'm going with this. So now that I've explained to you what a tick throw is, I will now go into a lot of different applications you can do with Nago. Now, the first and foremost situation is going to be a tick throw right after an OTG. These are a bit trickier to get because it's kind of tricky to get directly in front of your opponent unless you put yourself right in the corner. So I wouldn't really recommend going for these so much, but you should know that they do exist. Just like that. Now, of course, tick throw after OTG gets a lot stronger once you're actually in the corner, because your opponent has nowhere to go, so they're right in front of your face, so you can look at them with your ever-loving hands and scrap your wrap. Next, and what is actually way more effective, is to do Shadow Clone into Fukio. Because your opponent's already standing, you actually have a lot more, like, you're pretty much directly in front of them, so then you can actually go for things like close slash into command grab, which is super powerful. I'm telling you, most people are going to get caught by it. That is a Grandmastaj J guarantee right there. Most people are going to get caught by that. So Shadow Clone Fukio, that is going to be your bread and butter. That's going to be your golden boy. Okay. Now for a tick throw, of course, you can do like 2K command grab. You can do 5K command grab. You can do 5P command grab. You can do close slash command grab. Basically, that's kind of it. Yeah, I was gonna say the world's your oyster, but really that's pretty much all you can do. Now, I've gone over basically all the instances where you can get command grab. Well, not all, but like most of them, like 95% of them. Now, there's a really good question that I'm sure you guys might be asking. But Josh, what if they bury? What do I do then? So I'm going to switch the opponent to faultless defense. And the thing is, like my traditional, tick throw situation with drift doesn't really apply here. Because of course, like barrier pushes you out further. So it's actually very difficult to get a command grab. But you know I got a workaround, right? You should have known I had a workaround. The obvious instance is that if you suspect your opponent's going to barrier, you can just immediately go for command grab, right? But say you want to instill the fear of God into him. You know you boys got you. I made a video on Roman cancels, right? And in that I went over purple Roman cancel and what's known as fast RC. If I could do it. If fast RC. I think you know where I'm going with this. I think you do. I'm just gonna show you and explain it after the fact. I know you got grabbed, didn't you? I know you got grabbed, didn't you? So what I'm doing here in this instance is that I am pressing 5K, and then I'm also pressing, and I'm gatling it into 6 heavy slash. Now, 6 heavy slash has this really long animation, which serves a great purpose in 2 ways. One, it gives the opponent time to recover out of block stun, because you cannot grab your opponent when they're in block stun, so it gives your opponent time to get out of block stun. And 2, it kind of gives your opponent this like animation of, oh, they're gonna do 6 heavy slash, I need to block 6 heavy slash. Because your subconscious will see faster than your conscious, and your conscious will react based on what your subconscious is telling you. So if you give your opponent's subconscious the information of, oh, they're going to do 6 heavy slash. And you can do this really late, too. Not that late. But if you give your opponent that information, they're more prone to press down back. And so then all you have to do is cancel it and then drift RC into instant command grab. Now I'm going to do this with combo recipes on so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. 5K, 6 heavy slash, with it, or you don't do it all the way. Roman cancel, I'm doing drift Roman cancel, so I'm doing drift forward Roman cancel into blood-sucking universe. Just like that. And so that's going to go over basically all the points that I have that you can go into, command grab for. And of course you want to, because you're trying to get that blood gauge back down, man. You went a little too crazy. You're like, or maybe you just want to instill the fear of God in your opponent, make them more prone to jumping, make them more prone to mashing. Then you just have to press close slash and kill them, okay? Kill them and all of their descendants, all right? That's all you got to do. Now, in my previous video, I went over throw option select, which is basically you do throw and RC at the exact same time. Well, the exact same principle applies here, right? Say you whiff your blood-sucking universe, you can just press RC, right? Just RC, all right? Not a big deal. I'll put on my inputs to show you, but you can basically do the exact same thing here, right? See, I'm doing RC, I'm pressing it. You see me press the button. Well, there you go. You can do the exact same thing with this in order to make it safe. Yada yada yada. And do not forget, it does beat DP. Kai is trying to DP out. You can beat DPs with command grab. So do not be afraid to loop this constantly if you have 50 meter. If I have 50 meter, all I have to do, right? Say I'm going to set him to either jump or DP, right? All I have to do, if I've got 50 meter, is RC it, and then I'm safe, and then I'm good, okay? And you can do that too. So get out there. Just go. That is going to do it for you, boy. That's all the information I have for you today. You will take this, and you will go out into the wild, and you will command grab people now with more confidence than ever before. Just go do it. Go practice it. It's fine if you fail. It's fine if they jump out of it the first couple times. You're going to get it. You're going to do better. You're going to succeed. Get out there. I believe in you. I love you. That's going to do it for you, boy. As I said, I stream at twitch.tv/GrandmastajJ. If you like this video, consider dropping a like, man. Come on. Leave a comment as to what you want to learn next. And of course, subscribe to the channel as it truly helps out. That's it. Go. Leave. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Play Guilty Gear. It's a great game. Get out of here. I also have a sub button. As you can see, I have 13 subs. If you want to be the 14th, you can. I don't know if you want to. That's fine. Just go.